Okay, let's take a look at the British 17-pounder field gun, anti-tank weapon. It's got some front armor. It's quite a massive gun. It can be towed by a truck. Let's take a look in the game here proper. If we select the gun, our info card says it's the Heavy AT QF 17-pounder main gun, 76mm Mark IV, 230 meter range, so right off this map, farther than this map actually, 230. And a penetration of 174 to 126 millimeters, depending on range and type of round. Muzzle velocity 883, fairly high. Extremely high accuracy for some of the rounds, not all of the rounds. Comes with three types, AP, armor penetrating, and APC, and the HE, the high explosive for targets like bunkers, small buildings, trucks, light vehicles. So it does have some capabilities, obviously similar to the PaK 40 on the German side, I would say. Super long range, can take out most tanks in the game, either direct frontally or on the side for sure. Can be towed by a truck. Its inventory features sandbags and a toolkit. The sandbags can be clicked on a fast button and will provide a really nice front sandbag extra protection. Highly advised. One way to possibly use this for a little extra would be if you could tuck in a rifleman and maybe a submachine gun to give some side protection for the crew, and this would be a nice field situation for the crew. One way you could actually even make it better would be to do this situation with, some high bushes and trees around for even more camouflage. But this would be a quite effective fighting situation. Next, we're going to look at it in a battle situation on the main skirmish map. Alright, so our crew, the 17-pounder, is up here on a hill overlooking the bridge with range, I would imagine, somewhere around these sandbags here to intercept, to destroy any large armor coming over that bridge on this road. That will be its role. It has the elevation to do it and the range and the strength. So that's what we're facing here in this scenario. And it will be taking orders from the officer, which is up here, who has binoculars out, and will relay direct orders to these guys for firing solutions on that road. And that'll all be done automatically through the AI. The officer, he shouts to the crews, anybody within a certain distance. That's how the mechanic works, the spotting mechanic. So he will call out targets. These guys will carry out the orders and fire on anything appropriate coming over that bridge onto the road. So let's get into the scenario here. Let's go to our side. Let's start the scenario and see how the AI handles this situation. And our side is already taking a look at this target, calling out orders. This officer has also seen it, calling out targets.
There you are.
And just to kick it off a little quicker, we'll have our side. The Germans may not be able to see us yet. We may be out of their range. No doubt they have snipers and spotters up at the highest places and for the gun crews also.
Come on.
We'll get some of our guys in buildings.
Got you in my scope.
And put some in these buildings. And get ready for the
Line up.
invasion.
Got you in my scope.
Wash your ears out, or does wanking make you deaf? We've got orders. Huzzah!
Come on.
And the Germans have become aware. And let's see how the gun crew handles the situation. We'll go in cinematic. Crew has been alerted. They're loading the appropriate weapon. You can see the loader. So the commanders told them what's on the road. Because these crew here can't, in the game, they're not even able to see what's coming. The commander with binoculars can see what's coming down this road. So he will give them the instructions with the binoculars. So those tanks have turned off the main road. And we'll see if the commander can pick up any targets for these guys. That'll be this guy right up here. So he's moved his binoculars more to over here now. So he hears a large tank movement over there. Our crew has already loaded up probably armor-piercing rounds. We do have some Luftwaffe arriving on the scene. Will be intercepted by our AA weapons. Gun crews, one of the crews looking behind to see what happened to the planes. Captain is still looking forward, where all the action is, looking for targets within range of the weapons he's in command of. Gun crew loading up another weapon, maybe an APC or an AP round. Constantly changing for whatever they need to take out. If it's a light vehicle, they'll change back to a high explosive round. So when you see the loading animation, you know, and they have taken a shot. So the commander looks like they're able to see, take a shot at that. They have the elevation to get a clean shot down. Looks like the German plane is coming directly in for this target. Intercepted. Narrowly misses getting taken out by a fallen plane. They've begun to actively fire now. And we'll check their card in a minute to see if they've actually destroyed. But you can see this elevation and long range is going to get them quite a few kills as the armor starts to move forward across the bridge. Let's check their weapon card here. If we click on it, we can see that they haven't made a kill yet, but they're using an APC round. So it's a highly armored vehicle they are targeting. And it looks like this Tiger tank is their subject, and that's why they went to the APC round. They made the greatest penetration possibility. And they did destroy it, which set off a chain reaction with the kinetic energy. And looks like a gas fuel truck exploded, and maybe possibly some, but they did kill the Tiger with that APC round. And if we look on their kill chart, they've now killed 2 vehicles, 5 soldiers. The officer is continuing to pick out targets here for them. So the elevation and the range combined with the power of and accuracy, the speed of the velocity of the rounds penetrated that Tiger tank even at that range. It's like a miss. They're still loading APC round, so it looks like a hardened target thereafter. We'll go back in cinematic mode. They've moved, slightly rotated. So you can see how effective the 17-pounder is when placed in the right situation with the commander giving orders. That Tiger tank wasn't even able to really get into the action before it was picked off. So we'll end it here, and see if this plane actually is able to, it's looking for a target to destroy. Flies right over him, goes after something else. So in this case, the 17-pounder did its job. Will continue to pick off any large hardened targets in this area, the commander giving it the order. So that's a look at the 17-pounder.